Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Hang on just a second. Some people say, why don't you sip your coffee before you start? And I can only say, I do. Look how low it is. I just lose my voice sometimes, so I like to have my coffee right here. Anyway, okay, so this is what we're going to make today, and I think this little box turned out super cute. I love it. I really do. All right, so for this box, what I used was, first of all, just a plain piece of cardstock. And then I also used some paper, heavy paper, from this pack that I got at, what's that place called? Oh, Tuesday Morning. They have good supplies there. This was $6.99, and this pack of paper is really nice. It's really heavy. It is only on one side, but there are a lot of pieces in here that I could use. So let me put this to the side. Oh, need that piece. Put it on the floor. All right, and so the other piece that I got, and the same one that I used for the pink, is this, and I think I'll just make this tealy colored one this time. So I will tell you also, these little flowers that I used on this one, the little flower, I always check out the clearance area in Hobby Lobby and Michael's, and these are on sale in the clearance area, really cheap. There's some green and blue ones, and these. This was a while ago, so they're probably not there anymore, but keep your eyes peeled for this kind of stuff. And then I like to get the ribbon. I think they have it at Michael's. That's like 50 cents a spool or something like that. I think for this one, I will combine these two colors because I think that'll look pretty. This creamy color and this like pretty green with a gold border. And enough of that. So join me up here at Cricut Design Space and let's see what's happening. So here we are. First thing I did was I came over here to Images and I clicked on that. And then I came up to Cartridges and I typed in Boxes, pretty sure. Now, a lot of times the boxes that I find that I absolutely love are in this one called Fancy Boxes, right here. But that's not the one I want today, because I scrolled down further, and I saw this one that says Scoring Wheel Boxes. And is that what you guys have for your Cricut makers, a scoring wheel? So I just wondered, what's up with that? I don't have a scoring wheel. I have the little pen type tool that I put into my Cricut Air that works perfectly. So I just went ahead and went to view all 6 images. And I really like this one a lot. It's called the hexagon box. And I actually have seen the patterns for sale some places for like $1, $2, maybe even more. I thought, well, I can make this just using this image from Access. So I clicked on it and I said Insert Image. And I just left it exactly the way it came in, just like this, because it made a really cute size, I thought, for a little party favor or something like that. But notice this is all one color, and mine was pink. So I can change its color if I want to, but let's see, come up here. And this time I'm going to make it a kind of a tealy color. So I'm going to go to Advanced. And of course I don't need to change this. This is just what it's going to look like on my mat. It has nothing to do with what it's going to look like when it's cut. And that's really not a good representation anyway. But we'll just leave it at that. So that's the base of the card. Then I made the pieces that went here in all of these spots. So all I did was get a shape and a square. And once I got the square, I unlocked the lock right here. And then I changed its size. Sorry. Because I want it to fit right on each one of these little panels with a little bit of space around it. And that pretty much looks perfect to me. So there's one. I need a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to just click on this and then duplicate it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I could have done before I duplicated it is I could have changed its color, but since I didn't, now over here in the layers panel, I can hold down my shift key. This first one is already selected, and I can just start selecting them down this way. And just say that I'm going to make it, I could change it to a pattern, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to make it that color. And so each one of these will fit right here. So the only thing I have to do now, because this thing is ready to go, is say make it. And the first thing it's going to cut out is the yellow. And in my case, the yellow is going to be this flowered, pretty flowered stuff. And then after it does that, it will go to this next one. And notice what it says. It's going to score first. So I need to make sure that I have in the scoring tool. And if you're not familiar with what that looks like, let me get it out and show you. For our Explore Air machines or our Explore machines, this is the tool that we use. It just looks like a little pen kind of. It's just metal on the end. It's a scoring tool. I'll zoom in a little bit probably. So that's the tool that I'll need to put in my machine. And I'm going to put it in as soon as I hit go or start, because even though this piece doesn't take any scoring, there is no writing or drawing either, so I don't need to have a pen in. So I can just keep that scoring stylus or whatever in the machine so I don't forget to put it in. So I'm going to make this, and I'll be back after both pieces or both colors are cut out. Okay, here are all the pieces cut out, and they've all been scored, so I'm just going to bend them on their score lines. Maybe somebody that has a maker can tell me, how is your score thingy different than ours or than mine? He has the Explore Air. And I guess it would be just the same as the Explore 1 too. So I already know where all these things get folded since I've made this before. Okay. So the first thing that I do, I'm going to fold here, is there's these little slits right here into which each of these little pointy things go. So like that. And I just start working around. The first time I did this, it was really fiddly. I didn't know what I was doing, but it's a lot easier this time. So if you end up making these for little souvenirs or whatever, they go a lot easier after you do your first one. And you know what? I did this differently the first time. I'm going to do this different this time. I'm going to put these on here first. I didn't do that last time because it was the first time I had done it, and I just decided to put them on. So I'm going to use this ATG gun. I don't know if any of you have one. If you like doing cardstock, they are fabulous. They're not cheap. I'll have a link to it down below so you can see what they are. But I really like mine. I've had it for a long time. I think the ones that they make now are like a bright pink color, but they work just the same. And I actually, when I buy my tapes, can you see how big that tape is? And half of it's gone. When I buy mine, I buy them online from a place, and I get a whole box of them. It's not that expensive. And it's just handy, I mean, to use this. Someone had asked in a group, how do you keep your cardstock and that kind of stuff from getting wavy from the glue? Well, this is one of the ways I do it, is I don't use the glue all the time. And this thing probably, when I first got it, it seemed a little large and a little bit hard to work. But you can see I'm not having any issues with it now. You get the hang of it really quickly. You just kind of squeeze this little button right here while you're going, and then stop and lift up. It's really easy. And the nice thing about this stuff is if you have any that goes over the edge, like I have a little tiny bit right here, all I have to do is rub it like this and it balls up and it goes right away. So it's not like it's wet and leaves any kind of residue. Even though they say glue dries clear, I make a mess with glue sometimes. Alright, so there we go. Alright. So that's like this pink one. And I just put those on. So now I'm going to begin again. This is the bottom here. And I'm going to start putting these again into the bottom. And I didn't have any instructions for this, so if by any chance someone else a better way to put stuff together than what I do, I'm always welcome helpful tips. So if you have any, let me know. So there's half of it, and I'll do this half. There we go. Okay, so the bottom is basically done. Now these little things, this is the same sort of deal right here. Can you see these little tabs? And they're little slits. So I need to stick these into these little slits that are right here. And this is a little tiny bit more fiddly, but not bad. How many of you out there like working with cardstock? I do. I like making these things. I made a really cute gazebo once. I can't remember who I purchased the file from, but oh my gosh, it was so cute. And I put one of those little tea lights in it and it lit up. It was really cute. Now sometimes I have a little bit of a hard time getting those in all the way. So, I had a little tool here that I use, and I seem to have misplaced it. Well, tweezers would probably work. Oh, here it is. Something like tweezers, or I have these, what is this, a hemostat or something? I don't know. So I just go down in here and grab it, the little piece, and give it a tug. Or do it with your fingers. There we go. There we go. You just kind of have to wiggle it around because there's a little lip on it. And once it gets in there, it stays. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's perfect. Now this little extra piece that you have just fits down right in the center. All right, y'all. This is the hardest part of all to me. Trying to figure out how to put the top of this together. So what I've done, and maybe somebody else will be able to help me better, I take one of them that has the bigger hump on it and I put that over top of the next one, and right here, right here where they overlap, I kind of make them overlap right at that little spot where there's the cut. Can you see that little cut? And I make this one where that little cut is kind of overlap right there. And then I bring the next one over, and I'm going to overlap that right in there. Same thing right in there, right? So you can see kind of what I'm doing. So this one's going to come in, and its little overlapping thing, that little thing right there, is going to go inside, keep pushing until it overlaps. You see how they're all kind of going together? Okay, and then the last one's the hardest one. This one here, put it in there, bring it over until it overlaps. And now the last one, I got to bring that under here. Try not to bend it up terribly, and get it in there until it overlaps perfectly, just like that. And that's the way it's supposed to end up. And now for the ribbon, I use this thing. These are handy to get. You can probably get them on like Etsy or something like that, or make your own bows. I'm just not very good at making bows. So I thought I would use this ribbon, and I don't have very many, so I thought or for this color. So I thought I'd use this one. Two together makes it a little jazzier, I think. So I'm just going to get about a yard, and I'm just measuring that out here on my table. I need my scissors. So this little thing's really kind of easy to use because I'm not very good at making bows. So what I do first is I just make this go in half. I start from the front and I go around with both pieces to the back and crisscross them. Then I bring them to the front and cross them again. And I don't care. I'm not paying attention which one I'm crossing over which one. I'm just crossing. Back, cross, front, and cross. Now I don't have any more that I can cross. So what I'm going to do is take one of these, go all the way under everything and to the back, and then bring it to the front. And I better not forget a part. I need another piece, because this piece is what's going to go tying around the box. So I'm going to stick this in here as well. Up here. I'm going to go under there and then back up through here. And of course you can make a bow any way you're able. This is just what I've done. Okay, now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie my knot. See, this piece and this piece goes together. And like I said, this is not important for you to be able to see everything I'm doing here because you probably know how to tie a bow better than I do. So let's see, put those in there. And now I'm going to start tying these pieces, the smaller pieces, together. And I think I grabbed the wrong piece. So let me undo this. All right, so what I'm going to do is tie these two pieces together. Right, like this. Pull this one tight, pull these tight. Everybody tight. And I could tie it in a big knot if I wanted to. But I'm going to leave it like that for right now. Okay, so I'll take it off of this. And now I'm going to take the longer pieces that I have here and grab one here and here. Put this on top of my box. And then all I did was go around the box. And I measured it before I did this one, so hopefully this one will be long enough. I went around the box twice and then just came up here and tied this at the top. Front. If you have any of those little flowers like I do, these, again, always be on the lookout for this kind of stuff when it's on sale or clearance, because if it's not on sale or clearance, these were pretty expensive. Originally it said they were $4.99. So let's see, which one of these would I like best on here? The light one really matches the ribbon. I could put him on there. And that looks sort of pretty. But I think I might prefer the darker one. I think they turned out really super cute. So have fun. Again, if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and share these because I am trying to get my subscriber level up. It's just a little challenge I've made for myself. So share these with your friends so they'll come over and subscribe. Hit the little bell so you know when I have a new video. And don't forget to check the links out down below if you're interested in purchasing something. I appreciate it when you use my links. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.